5:03.
Okay. Okay, we're going to call the meeting of the Parks Committee to order at 5:03 PM. Can you do the roll, please?
Sure. Got Chair Trustee Paula Quinn,
Here.
and we've got Marlene Kumich
Here.
and Jeanette Mayrack. Here. Ed Nelson,
Here.
Tremmel,
Here.
Kelly Dennison. Here. Tracy Van Alstine.
Here.
Paul Normington.
Here.
William Weinsteiner. Here. Park Supervisor Mike Lum.
Here.
There's Lisa Catch to record the minutes.
Very good, thank you. If we could stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we don't have any citizens present for comment. Anybody on Zoom?
No one present on Zoom.
Okay. Approval of the meeting minutes from our May 10th Parks Committee meeting. Does anybody have any comments or revisions for those minutes for May 10th? Everybody good?
Yep, we're good.
Make a motion to accept.
Now it's second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting minutes are approved. Correspondence. Anybody have anything correspondence wise? No. Okay.
Poison pen letter.
All right, we're down to number 6, reports. Park Supervisor Mike.
All right, we've been working on removing the unwanted shrubs from the east garden. We did trim up the remaining bushes that were there. Some of them may need to be removed after the trimming process. They just don't look the most aesthetically pleasing. Next step is to lay down the cardboard and mulch. We worked on some curb repairs on the ice rink to prep for Community Fest, painted the curb and mulched the area. The basketball court in Lisbon Oaks has been paved. We're waiting, it needs to sit for 30 days before they can paint the surface. Then they work on the installing hoops, and the fencing should be installed shortly. Still working on our daily tasks of mowing, grooming ball fields, pulling weeds and cleaning bathrooms, and working on equipment and maintenance and repairs.
Is there any, go ahead. Marlene,
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you still need cardboard?
Yeah, I'll take more cardboard.
Okay.
Everybody has it.
Anybody can get cardboard, Kelly? Okay.
Is there any thought to when the basketball court will be ready to roll?
So they're probably paint, I would say, early July.
Okay.
Would be that 30-day window. And then after it's painted, then we can start doing the restoration. We need to bring in some fill and topsoil,
Okay,
stuff like that. So, I mean, it should be open, I would say, by middle of July. I'm hoping, with watering grass right now and the droughts, I'm gonna have to stay on top of that to get good grass, but it should be pretty well done by early August.
okay. And was there going to be a ceremony when that opened? Were we going to do
We
something?
kind of talked about one, but we
Yeah.
haven't planned anything yet.
Okay,
If we do, I would probably do later August just to get for, any time constraints or anything that may happen between now and then.
okay. And did you have a tractor up in Thousand Oaks, the development doing like just cutting on the sides of the road?
That would probably have been the highway.
Oh, okay.
You want cardboard delivered to, or we can pick it up?
If you want to just drop it off at the maintenance building, if you ever have any, just kind of lay it up against the building or in that vicinity. Okay, yeah,
Okay, I can.
yeah, and if any doors, yeah, by the maintenance building over there. And if any of the doors are open, they can just kind of throw it inside there so it doesn't blow away.
And when do you need the cardboard by? Like when do you plan on laying?
I don't really have a deadline. It's kind of a fill-in work is what I'm using that for,
Any one of the not shiny stuff?
Yeah, they say not printed or shiny cardboard, so.
Is there any update on the community park directional sign?
I haven't heard any.
Was it ordered and
Yeah, it's
you
ordered.
haven't gotten it yet?
I've got
Oh,
Okay, awesome. Adopt a road, Brad.
What, I understand, Vows did their pickup,
those did
Grace
their
still
pickup.
did their pickup,
Yes,
and then Agape did one road,
yeah,
and you're gonna opt out of the,
yeah.
Richmond
One
Road.
road is all we can do.
so you want me to remove the sign then, I assume?
right. And then, I think the grass is getting pretty tall now, where groups try to do it, I'm not sure they'll do very well with it. Is
Yeah.
it- So it's the highway department that's gonna be doing,
Yeah,
Cut the
they're
grass
in the middle of it right now, like Plainview's done and
okay,
this area around here has been done, so they're kind of, I believe, out on Lake 5 area. Because they were just mowing that yesterday, so
okay.
they kind
Uh,
of just make a swoop through.
Just, we'll continue to reach out to the groups, and if they haven't done it, make sure they get, at least do a fall pickup and get in touch with you about it.
Yeah, I did have a guy from Lafarge
Okay,
email me, but he did not say if they did it or not. But he was just asking about it.
okay,
But last time they did it, they provided their own
they
bags,
did all that.
threw it all away, so I didn't have to pick it up. So,
Okay.
If I may, I'd like to make a quick comment in terms of, for Brad and for the committee, Richmond Road historically was a difficult road to pick up on. It's got, the berms, not berms, Nelson, the swales coming off the road are quite steep. And it's also, there's no pull off, no pullover, as is typical with our roads. The committee might want to consider, down the road, taking Richmond off the list. Because historically with Adopt a Road, we were trying to have roads that weren't as heavily traveled as Richmond has become. Plus, just, it's the constraints of that road are quite serious in terms of, as you go off the road, it just has some very deep culverts and obviously from east to west or whatever.
Okay.
Just a thought, remembering how that was brought into the Adopt a Road system, because that was at least 15 years ago,
Yeah.
most
and
likely.
Agape can't do two roads.
No,
Just
no,
not
I don't think,
doable.
it's hard to ask of any group to do two roads, but just a thought for Brad, for yourself, and for, looking ahead, as I would say, to 2024.
We can put that on a agenda item on an upcoming meeting and talk about that.
Okay,
Okay,
and it's just Richmond Road.
okay.
as far as-
Yeah, no, great thought. Okay, moving along to subcommittee reports. So community festival this weekend.
As you can all see, I have this gorgeous green shirt on and everybody has one. And you all got one of these. I figured visuals will wake you all up so you can know to wear these. The only thing I forgot to put on the list, Mike, is a flag for Colleen. Because she's going to be down at the fence to get the cars through. I have a sign up. I'm just gonna go over, refresh your memory on some of this stuff. We have, the fire auxiliary is gonna have 4 people coming. And I figured we'll have 2 up on top and 2 down below. And see how things work for using them that way. I do have a sign-up sheet here that I'm gonna give to the Optimist Club. And that's for free food for the auxiliary. And we have 3 Arrowhead helpers who are gonna be working the bouncy house in conjunction with the Optimist Club. So you don't have to do that. Yay.
Now, when you're saying fire auxiliary, you mean the citizens academy?
Yes,
or the sheriff's
yeah.
department?
Yeah, that's what I
They're
mean.
gonna be the ones directing the traffic.
Right.
So they're the 4 that. we're
Those are
talking
the
about.
4. Yeah,
So their meals are included.
Yeah.
And who else?
the Air 3 from Arrowhead.
Well, and then I think if I looked at the band contract, the band members are expecting refreshments. as
Yeah.
Well, that's in the contract,
Yeah.
which I don't have, but you might make a note of that, or
Thank
maybe
you.
somebody look at that contract.
We usually give them a beer or soda.
Well, I don't know, I mean, last year we had those
I was
2
gonna ask,
guys.
is
I don't know if you
alcoholic
remember
or
the
non-alcoholic?
Because it's a 4 or 5 piece band, they may want beer, burgers and all that, just so
Yeah.
that they're included.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's per the terms of that contract.
I put it on the list now.
Okay.
Everybody got the festival post. Did you all get that? Where you're gonna be? And I'll be down at the bottom of the road. Crafters, Brad and Kelly. Beer, Paula, Victoria, Marlene and Emma. Entrance, I'll be down there at the beginning. Now, once everybody's in and settled, please feel free to walk around and see, hey, does somebody need to be relieved? Danette and Ed are gonna be up with the horses. They don't have to be up there for hours at a time. Colleen, you're just gonna be at the entrance for the cars. Yeah, to go in. Oh, they were there, I think, coming in by 10:30. Yeah,
So once they're in, then Pauline will be free.
she'll be free to float.
What time do you want everybody to report in, Marlene?
I'm thinking by 10. I plan on being there a little bit earlier.
You want us to park anywhere in particular?
No, wherever.
Okay.
Wherever you want.
All right.
Kids row again, Tracy and Paul, I put them down for that. We are going to have the Optimist Club will be having some kids there. And now we have the 3 from Arrowhead, so that's a big help. But so far I contacted all the vendors who are coming in. Everybody knows where to go, who to look for. And so that was all taken care of. Tracy and here's another one for Tracy, pass this along.
What was the final count on vendors, Marlene, after the kind of last minute addition?
Guys.
Crafters, I haven't gotten to that.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway,
Getting
so
There
everything
you
should
go.
be,
Got it.
She hasn't gotten there.
I haven't gotten there yet. Well, I know, but I haven't gotten there yet. And the crafters, that changes from minute to minute, phone call to phone call, and every time I go on the email. Right now we have 12. And, huh? About the same, 14, maybe 12, 14,
10, 15,
some paid and they didn't show up, and then some showed up that didn't pay. So I do have an envelope here for Brad. Brad, here's your envelope. There's also some, and I'll give this to you after the meeting. There's also some extra vendor applications. We did get a $20 donation from a Darlene Kelly from Agape Church. She was gonna be a crafter, and then she got family stuff going on. The only person I haven't heard from is Michael Gross from MK Top Shop or whatever that is.
Like a no-show.
So like, I didn't count him in on the 12. But like I say, if somebody shows up and says, hey, here's my $20.
Yeah, I have plenty of spaces.
Yeah. So I pass that down to Brad.
When you're finished, Marlene, have you finished? with
No.
it?
With the festival? No. I got piles. Like I say, we got 3 11th graders, so they're not little kids that will be joining us. And Tracy's got a list of the thank yous. Like I said, I didn't get the Arrowhead address.
Was one of them our Easter bunny? Was that the-
Harrison Tomish,
Oh,
Jackson, I can't read this, Bert Benker, and Benj Arov. So,
okay.
but anyways, like I say, Tracy and Mike and I met, we made out a list of who goes where. And I believe Tracy, you know, where everybody's going down on the path, you're gonna be on the path. So it should be really easy. Like I say, I called everybody, everybody's in line. John Barnes from the Optimist Club belongs to, I'm sorry,
Just a quick question. You said that you have a list. You work with Mike and everybody knows where they're going.
yeah,
You have, can I get a copy of that list? I think I probably put, most of it is in last week's.
festival post, yeah, you have to excuse that, I ran it over with Mike.
And the setup is gonna be pretty similar to last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same, it's very similar setup. John Barnes from the Optimist Club is in Sussex baseball and all kinds of baseball stuff, and he volunteered the whole day to be at the baseball blow up. So, because last year Colleen's son-in-law, yeah, he can't come this year. So this gentleman agreed to be there, so there should be enough adults around. The Liz Optimist Club will be grilling. I let Mike know that. They're gonna have a 1/3 pound hamburgers, $4, brats, $4, beef hot dogs, $2, nacho chips and cheese, $3. You want extra cheese, it's an extra $1. Chips, ice cream bars, candy, soda and water for all $1.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are
awesome
pricey.
prices. Yeah, so it's real happy to,
And what was the final on the beer per can?
$3.
$3, okay.
Haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna wait.
Like I say, I called everybody up. Everybody is going to be showing up. They're all ready and waiting. And one of the crafters, the dentist, is a balloon man. So he'll be making balloons too. So we're gonna have 2 different kinds of balloons.
Helium balloons?
No. We got Miller Lite, Coors Light, Miller High Life, Pabst White Claw, and Simply Lemonade. And I made up signs. $3 a can. And I'm gonna have my car there again for food donations. I got a notice, if you were born after June 18th, 2001, we will not serve alcohol to you. Thank you for donating to the festival, Capital Beer Distributing. Oh, I gotta change this. Piggly Wiggly didn't give us anything. It's the thing I left. And I got 2 of those 21. So anywho, so that's all taken care of.
Marlene, will the Optimist also have soda and water? And we have beer, that's what I think, is there soda?
Yeah, they're gonna have soda and water, but not beer.
And they're making their own signage?
They're gonna have signage and they're going to have A-frame. And I've got a big canning jar that I'm gonna put up. I haven't decided where, maybe up by the beer. And we'll put that up with donations for the replanting of John Greaton waterfall feature. So I figured that should be going, the jar's about this big. Because we put it up for her daughter for tips last year.
Mhm.
And she made out pretty dang good. So,
Hey, she's gonna be full-time employed, she doesn't need the tips.
oh, good.
She's not a starving college student anymore.
Anybody have any questions about who, what, when, where? Now, if somebody has to go home for an hour or something, you know, just kind of wander around, let us know. I mean, it's, if you see somebody needs help someplace, you know, take over, relieve somebody. Yeah, like I say, once the crafters are in, once the cars are in, you know, we should be pretty good. It's just keeping an eye on things.
Yellow vest, we
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
wouldn't want you to get run over.
I'm gonna park my car again over by the Historical Society's tent and put all the food for the food. Darlene knows it's coming. So hopefully we'll get some, I got a bag full already for her. That's it. Anything else, guys?
Couple things. The first one, Ed and I, there always have to be 2 people up with horses. We found last year, because again, there's a box. I think Mike had something for people to step up on, so they.
Or they brought it. Or maybe we provided it, I don't remember. Yeah, to get up into the wagon.
Step, and one of us is always standing there just to kind of watch and kind of be a hand if they need, there is something to grab onto, but there should always be 2 of us up with the horses, and it's a movable vehicle and little kids, so, you know, as we're switching out, we'll just make sure that there's always 2 of us, please.
Yeah, to stabilize the elderly.
Yeah.
Well, you and I, and the old people,
Yeah.
Will that be a sign up system or a line system, or how do you?
you know, it got so hot and so sunny last year, people just naturally were under the tree.
Under the,
and they kinda
yeah,
need their
yeah.
own line. Because again, someone was always waiting. There was always a line to get for those rides.
Mhm.
And I expect that again, although even though we have a lot of other activities, but people were waiting 20, 30 minutes to get their rides.
From myself and from members of the committee, I am sure, the paper that you just showed, all that stuff takes an inordinate amount of time. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes commitment. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the festival.
And
So,
then I just have one more thing. I know.
Sorry.
Are you finished though?
I want to know who's going to follow behind the horses. Is it you or me? All right.
it's good fertilizer.
Yeah, I was gonna say
How
that.
are we handling this waiver for volunteers with obtaining signatures? Has that, I know you brought it up before, and that's something that is now, something that the village would like us to do.
Mhm.
Are those papers gonna be there? Do we get these high schoolers?
Yeah,
sign
you have to
them?
get me some of those. I forgot about it
I'm just
totally.
curious, just liability wise.
Let's give them. Okay,
Um,
Mike, can you,
So, and
Yeah.
who should we be looking to get signatures from besides these three Arrowhead people? Does that mean?
that's all. I
It's not
think.
the vendors, it's not the
No.
optimists, it's nobody
No.
else
No, just-
who's there in any other capacity, any of the people that were employing,
No,
so just,
Just the 3 kids.
Yeah, if they're students, it would be a basic authorization form that gives parental, permission that said student or said individual can participate in that
so we gotta
activity.
get the parent to sign.
Yeah, normally that's what happens. I'm involved in a thing right now where I'm receiving authorized slips for each student that's doing something. Okay,
well, I guess.
just a question. I don't,
They're just gonna Show up high on their own.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, no, of course not.
All I have is a phone number. The emails didn't go through. And the phone numbers, I haven't heard back from any of them. Yeah, I got from the guy who set it up, Ken.
Maybe we can get
Yeah,
it. to
I
Ken.
think-
Can you give me a
Three
copy of
kids,
one
they all
before we
show up.
leave?
Do you want me just to email?
Yeah, email it to me and I can pass it on to him. Yes, thank you, Danette. I totally forgot about
All
that.
of us here in one way or another.
Are
actually Volunteers, are we held to that mandate too, that we really should
Yeah.
sign on?
You sign?
Didn't we sign that when we swore allegiance and all that
No.
day?
No, because we didn't have the form.
Oh, okay.
We'll do the form later, but that's a good point. Yeah, you're all volunteers. So
Maybe we'll get Lisa
Except
print
you
and
and
do them
me.
right now.
See, and I think the Citizens Academy from the Sheriff's Department, those
go
people
ahead.
should probably also sign, because they're standing out there with cars coming by them. I mean, they're volunteering, they're not affiliated with Lisbon at all, they're good enough to
Okay.
help us. out.
Ah, nuts,
Just
nuts,
that I know,
nuts.
these
We'll-
forms came out.
We'll get a stack of, we'll bring a stack with
Yeah,
us.
bring
We'll bring a
some
stack.
because I will be walking around with a clipboard. And as I see people, I'll just have them sign it.
Okay.
Paul, can I sign with an alias? Yeah,
I
Thank
do a
you.
question. Do we have a dedicated first aid station if anybody skins their knee or,
Yeah, we have the fire department there.
so they would go to where the fire trucks are?
yeah,
Okay.
and that's historically what has happened with that.
Yeah.
God willing, nothing happens, no Band-Aids, no nothing. We
Well-
hope.
There'll be something, there'll be something, there'll be something.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep,
I think the worst thing we ever had was a bee sting. That was, anything else? I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
do have one comment. Like you said, take a break, because at the end of it, we're gonna need everybody's help. I'm not sure, Mike, if you got who's gonna be there at the end to help.
Oh, I was just gonna ask
But
that
that's
too,
just
yeah.
I'll take it, whoever's gonna be there.
Overtaking of manpower to get everything fenced down and everything
Yeah,
put away at 4 o'clock.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe if you want to like assign people, so, because we sort of kind of like, everybody was sort of like, what do we do? And everybody kind of like moved at a clump around where we were going. So if you kind of like put groups of people on each a tent or something, we'll get it broken down quicker.
yeah.
Last year it was a little. Okay,
It depends on who's still standing.
I'll be there. Em and I will be there afterwards. We'll
Yeah.
help.
No. Okay, anything else, guys?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Okay, moving on to unfinished business. Oh, sorry. Discussion and necessary action on award of the John Grayton Garden Project and recommendation of the same to the village board. So that, Kathy, I believe that we have got that all ready to roll, for our board meeting tonight. Yeah.
That should have been on there, but it was put on there. I was gonna have it taken off, but I'm sure it's not the same one. And I didn't even see the bids said. The other. You get some. Prices.
Yeah, it's already.
So you were. Are you saying to do this one?
Is this is the one that where Johnson's installs the plants? This is where we just purchased the plants. And then Miners does not offer installation. And then I did
So is
contact,
that the same amount? 26, 21?
no, that would be cheaper
I believe the other
because
side.
with Johnson's, if you buy through the retail,
Separate.
or sorry, if you buy through wholesale, they
Good
do
one.
not install the plants. So you get a better price on the plants, but they do not install.
I didn't know that. one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just check, see if
They
it's.
have to install
yeah, they have to install it.
If they install them, then we have to pay
it, right?
retail, not wholesale.
The
Oh,
one,
really?
the one thing on there is watering. They are charging 500 for watering. When we get down to the nitty gritty, they have to take that off.
They didn't see a hose pivot.
Yeah, that was under materials on
Oh,
the
so they were
first
gonna be
page.
like, bring a tank of water in.
Yeah,
Yeah, no wonder they're charging.
they would do a water tank, but that we can remove.
And then the other thing, it says that these quotes that they gave us are valid for 60 days. We're gonna be bumping up against that. One of them's, it will be expiring on June 29th. and the
Yeah.
other one July 10th. So how do we extend that? so
I-
that we
Well,
don't
I
have a
think
price?
Wisconsin, which I'm glad they're leaning towards that.
Yeah,
The long standing relationship that Lisbon has
Mhm.
with Johnson. I
Right,
don't think there's gonna be any wall whatsoever.
Right.
We just ever gonna have to do it.
mhm. Oh, right, but I just mean, you know, it does say the quote's valid for 60 days, just so that we know that
Yeah.
they're gonna
It
still
is.
honor, it, 'cause it's gonna be beyond that.
Yeah.
Because the
Good.
one's gonna be June 29th and the other one's gonna be July 10th that they expire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't think they're gonna, they won't?
No, I would anticipate that they will be flexible enough because
This
Yeah.
one.
Okay. I mean,
What's in
it just-
here?
it-
we've
it-
given them our business and, you know, agreement on monies.
Is there
Yeah.
a warranty if they do the planting?
yeah.
A year, basically, year warranty?
I believe if you buy it retail, there is a 1-year warranty. With wholesale, there is 0 warranty.
I thought she said there was. But
There's
a
warranty if they install
And that.
if they install it, yeah.
and that's
yeah.
for- But if you buy it wholesale.
It'd be good if that was written though, because even when we spoke with her, it was, yes, it is, or no, it's not. It seemed kind of wishy. I mean, I feel better if it's written, like, these plants are guaranteed, you bought them at this price, we installed, they're guaranteed. I'd feel better if something was written. Just like, you know, they chose to put down quote valid for 60 days. Why can't we ask for that to be included too?
Sure. And we have to remove that water thing. Is there anything?
Is that on?
So we have the
right there?
capacity to water,
Yeah. we got-
because obviously if we get back into drought and they plant these things, they're going to have to be watered or they're gonna die.
Yeah. They're put into the creek.
Yeah, yeah, come in. Hey, Paul, you can go over there with your
Where-
plastic
where are
bucket if
saying
you
that
want
needs
to,
be
man.
off? Cause this is what's in the, this is. what's in
Not
the village
me.
board packet right here.
It's under
Okay,
materials.
that's, I did think, yes.
What is your bottom line number here?
I got 656, 650.
I don't know. I would be in favor of having them plant the stuff. I mean, who's gonna, I'm not planting them.
So this,
Maybe with
26,
dynamite.
21, this is for purchasing the plants only. This doesn't include the installation. That's what we're saying, right?
Yeah.
That's the
There's-
difference. Yeah, this is just the plants, Kathy. This is not installation too.
Where's the,
26, 21.
26,
Is the-
21.
Well, but it says right on there, plant and install.
I don't have the same, I'm looking at the same one as you are.
because this is the only one that I have.
I'm looking at what we have in the village. packet.
Okay, where am I seeing that?
I don't think that's
got.
correct.
But that's
Correct.
not, it can't
This
be.
is 26, 21 here. This is.
That was
plants only.
materials only, correct?
Yeah.
Not.
The materials were 2752 And then,
I don't think I ever got it.
You know, so yeah, so that, I mean, that is deceiving because it says.
Yeah, no, you're right.
they've got these two.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's. Maybe we'll give these to Elise, we'll make copies of these.
Yeah.
We might, I don't know if we're gonna be able to vote on this tonight or not.
Why not?
Yeah.
We have to make sure we have the correct number. So what is the
It's
correct
good,
final number? The 2621 is not correct then. It's 2621 plus installation.
But I don't
correct?
think I ever.
But we did get this one, 2752.
We do not have.
The who?
Two seven
we
five
only
two
have
is the
the-
same, the 2621.
Oh, that's just with the tax.
Yeah,
And then this
No.
656 is the installation, so the total is 3408.
that's what I got,
Yeah, I don't think I have. it.
3473.
Last two pages.
Because here's the one that she gave us right here.
I don't.
This
have that.
quote does not include mulch.
This was, I had this from a previous meeting.
I've got one sheet. for
See, this one is broken
1,100,
down.
Another sheet for 1,400
Well, just a second.
and another sheet for 2,750, but that's all plant prices.
We always spend the
That
bottom.
doesn't include.
I got 347311 because we took off the 500.
Well,
For
it
the
does say
water.
plants.
Yeah.
Because they won't, until then.
I took that off of here.
The numbers are not, they're not giant.
Well,
When
this,
when we have to
What is
approve
the
it,
date
to approve
quote?
an actual number.
Right.
So we're
this
gonna have
is,
a bunch of
what
votes.
is the date quote on yours today?
So they're saying they will plant and install.
It's
425, 23.
Reading this.
And here's.
And this is the exact thing as mine.
Then we don't.
This is exactly as mine is. Right.
Might do the installation.
And then I have on the,
Yeah, I mean, we got, yes.
this quote does not include mulch. 412911. You don't have the second sheet.
Right. Here, this is what I had.
Well, I can't see it from that far away.
Yes. Let me see here. I know I say yes because of.
Are
Okay, please see the three quotes attached.
These are the same, right?
So you guys,
We're all aware.
yeah,
What?
so we probably will have to hold off voting on this at the village board, just because there's a little question about what the actual bottom line number is gonna be
Yes,
with the
yeah, there's-
install on there.
there are
We've
some
Got to do
discrepancies.
something
It's
very
right here.
specific.
It's right here.
3473, that's,
It's right on the sheet and it's minus the 500.
okay.
The console.
We don't have that sheet, do we?
I never. got
Yeah,
it.
All right,
that's-
we're gonna, we'll make a copy of this.
I've got the final sheet right there, minus the 500.
I mean, we can change the number. We've done
Okay.
that for before. but
Okay.
I think that one was in our
We
packet
have-
last.
Are we
month,
sure
wasn't
that,
it?
yes, it was. It's in that, yeah. It's
Are we-
just that We took out the 500.
Are we sure? we
Okay.
have that?
All I'm seeing.
What,
First of all, there's
okay,
two
that's
different
the next
vendors,
question, guys.
Johnson.
We may be running a little short for the total amount, depending on what happens after the thing, but Anna Brighton is covering it.
So who's gonna cover the shortfall?
Up to a certain amount or whatever it
She's
is,
covering the shortfall.
whatever it is. Okay.
Yes. I talked to her about it. I said, we might be a little short, and she said, let me know. So, but that is the one. Hopefully, it should be in.
So the total cost to be,
Covered by Anna Grayton.
Yeah.
it's a shortfall, but what is the total cost of this? When we go-
34 7511 right here. 3470.
Where's that come from?
311.
I figured guesstimate after the festival, after we pay everything, we should have about 2,600.
Okay, so that's not,
It's not that outrageously more. And that's after paying everything, the beer sales, crafters, car show, the money that we got in.
okay.
So,
We've got the donation.
and we got the donation bin. So,
Yeah, anything will be helpful for sure.
yeah.
Okay, does somebody want to make a motion?
just to clarify, because
Yes.
Brad just handed me a quote,
Hmm.
and the total is listed at $4,129 and some cents. And I either misplaced or do not have that sheet in the packet. And
From last week.
Johnson Nursery says they'll plant and install for 2006-2105. So obvious.
What's the date on that, Ed?
The date on this is 4/25/23.
Yeah, they're all alike. It's just that,
Yeah, so Marlene made changes to it to take water out and
Okay,
Spoke to
and I
somebody at
see
Johnson
that,
and
yeah,
Wade.
I see that where they have watering $500, so that
Yeah.
will be taken out.
$3,473. We need a motion.
make a motion that we accept the Johnson Nursery bid at $3,473.11.
And I will second that.
Okay,
all in favor?
Aye,
Any opposed? Okay, $3,473.11.
and we are allowing, we are getting them to install,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, we're gonna move on from that then. New business, discussion on draft parks trifold.
Okay, so in your package, you have the new trifold. That was put in for parks.
we do.
Do you have?
It's at the end.
Oh, here it
Did
is.
you have-
Found it.
Were there any, anything, any corrections or anything on it? Okay.
I see on the back for recreation activities. Dogs are allowed in the park. Leash only. The village ordinance.
Yeah.
Mike can attest to this. 95% for walking dogs. 96.
Absolutely, but it's still important.
I know, but here's my question. Occasionally when I'm up there, I'll stop and I'll ask somebody, especially if they have multiple dogs. That, they'll ask them if they know that this is not a dog park. And they all go, yeah, we know that. And they say, well, my dog's not vicious. But what's happening is the dogs go up to the children's playground. And once they like to stand and they like to pose. And once dogs are beginning to mark up there, they follow. And this is the question that I asked the people because it was only after their dogs went up there and they all marked up there. That I said, it's not because dogs are vicious by any means. It's because of things like this, that they should be leased and easy to clean up. And especially if you walk the prairie walk, you see the remnants here. And my question then is, this is posted here. It's not real clear when people come to Lisbon Park. The ordinance of the dogs. How much of an issue should that be made? Not small size. But yeah, very entrance. And I'm sensitive because my daughter, we have a little dog that stays in our yard. My daughter's got a big dog. And we take it to the park and it's off the leash, so it's a nice dog and it's not vicious. So I'm very empathetic with the people who are coming to it. Other than the fact that I see, I'm in the park, the playground and swing and that soft stuff dogs seem to be attracted.
So.
I could attest to the fact of, at leaving at the time that I do for work, that there are individuals who walk anywhere from 2 to 4 dogs, and the dogs are not leashed. And they're way out ahead of said individual. And that can be anywhere from, well, it would be 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning. Okay, and the problem is, of course, is enforcement. Because we don't have the manpower or people power, excuse me. But Kathy, our attorney, Attorney Macy.
Yeah.
Would you think you could give us some direction on this? I mean, what the number of people that are walking dogs in community park is increasing, I think exponentially. And of course, through Facebook and through all social media, The word has gotten out, it's a great park to take your dog to. Well, it's only gonna take one individual, one dog to bite another dog or to bite someone, and I just wonder what our liability is. If any. I mean, the people that are running their dogs in the park or walking are not irresponsible individuals. Yeah, but the it's the matter of what would happen with the dogs. Because I don't know.
I can check with Macy, but I can say that I have gone to the park and I have stopped people and made them put their leash on. I am afraid of dogs. So I can't go in our parks because we have dogs all over. So, did I hear you say you go with a little dog in our park?
No, I said we have a little dog. that stays in my yard.
Oh, in your yard.
We're right next to the park.
Rolf.
We walk in the park daily, wife and I.
But you leash your dog.
Well, when my daughter comes, she's got a big dog and it runs, so that, so I'm very empathetic to the other people who are coming. Because,
So no.
yeah,
So
no, they don't, if it goes off, and
So, you can't complain about other people.
I'm
if
not
you're-
complaining, you make a mistake.
Yeah,
Just a
no,
statement.
yeah.
I mean, it's just to be handled.
I'll talk to Macy. I don't think there's anything we can do without, there's no enforcement.
How big are the signs that we have up there?
Probably 8 by 12, I'd say. I think there's only two. There's one by the entrance of the prairie, where most of the dog walkers go in, and then I believe there's one right across from the walkway that goes down to the
Yeah,
river.
They're noticeable.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I've had people
I've seen
stop
one, yeah.
me that brought in, obviously I know about people not leashing their dogs, but her dogs were rescue dogs that she keeps on a leash, but they're very skittish. And when people have their other dogs, like Ed had mentioned, where they're probably 100 yards behind them, and their dogs run up to these dogs and they're freaking out, and she
Yeah.
can't get them away from them.
Yeah.
You
because
got
they
me
think
screaming
they're
at a
alive.
high pitch because the dog is coming at me. So I can hear, I can hear their leash and I've grabbed people in front of me that I didn't even know. And I'll just grab somebody automatically and put them in front of me.
Yeah.
I am totally
And
afraid.
because the dogs are in bed, that's where I see them running up to the playground, and I'm there early in the morning when there's a lot. But during the day, if there's kids there, and that saves scenario.
But we'll look into that.
Yeah.
Yes, yep.
Yeah. Going down the road, Kathy, going down the road, see what Macy says, because
Whatever. actually-
basically with the building that is occurring to the north and has occurred to the south of the park and the connecting points, the walking paths, it's only a matter of time. And residents increasingly are, if they're taking the kids out, the babies, they've got, these very out there with,
I get
All right,
it.
we'll have
I know.
I get it.
well, Macy take a look at it.
So is there any changes on the trifold? That's what we were on for agenda.
I know it'd be hard to get a picture after the gazebo thing is redone, so no.
It looks very nice.
It does look actually pretty nice.
Yeah. It certainly covers the bases.
Mhm.
Plus you've got the QR thing going on. Et
Did a
cetera.
nice job.
And all the parks are mentioned.
My
Yep.
only question would be, my email, are we? Some of us have the new email,
Yeah, only
that-
one person
okay,
at this point, but
Okay.
yes, it would be changed if we, we'll change it to the correct one, but that one will still work in
Yeah.
for another year. So if we printed them with the old email.
Do we want to make a motion then? to
No,
accept it? No?
doesn't have to.
Okay. Okay, moving on. Okay, discussion and necessary action on the concept of hiring a design management firm to make renderings to help with a donation campaign for a new building at Lisbon Community Park. And recommendation of same to the village board. So is there a,
Okay, so.
Yep.
Do we have any concepts? I know John Brighton had.
We have,
I don't think it's in here.
No, there's no drawing in
right,
there.
we can, move this to the next meeting. So I have I have somebody that brought in a cost sheet for doing this work, and the idea would be that they would design, we've got a couple of things I could have shown you on the screen, but we have a couple designs that we were looking at, and then and really what we need to get an understanding on is this person would get everything ready for, so we can start asking for donations. So we would do like a little rendering for us, get us set up so we can, make boards at all our festivals so people can put in money for that type of a donation. And then when I talk to different businesses, then we will be able to get those donations. We can get the donation requests in the newsletter. Because there's without grants and donations, a lot of buildings in municipalities aren't going to be happening. So we are living by what our costs are.
Where at the Lisbon Community Park is that going to be?
We
By the
would
pump
talk,
house?
we would talk to you about that. No, it's over down by the
Down by the ice.
down
By the ice rink, replacing that building?
It would be in a different location.
Oh, okay.
And so the idea, when we kind of chatted about it, Brad and Mike and I met with this gentleman and kind of chatted about possibilities. But we weren't ready to bring it to you. But then it got to the point where I didn't have the money anymore. So the money's being used for something else. So like I said, once you have the pot of money and you can use it, you got to use it or it gets used. for
It's
something
gone.
else. So you have something you're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
But so donations and grants are the only way to get this building. I do have somebody that's interested in the donation for the building, so I wanted to get something put together. The idea was that if it was down there, the people on the hill could get down there, the ice skaters, the cross-country skiers, and it would be a kind of a heated place for them to go and warm up. And
More of a year round.
so
This would have a septic system for. Lavatory. Yeah, that's.
Would there be lavatories in the building? Is that
Yeah.
proposed?
yes, that's the main
Okay.
reason we put.
And in terms of the utilities, Kathy or Mike, is it a wash between putting it up in that area near the playground as opposed to putting it down where the ice rink is?
I think the biggest thing was the usage for this type of building.
Okay, sure.
Would get more usage. You don't make a lot of use of that open area up there.
No,
So,
agreed.
having for winter for your sledding hill, your ice skating rink. Summer for community festival, having that right there. It would be more of a year round.
Idea would be, we'd be able to use something for, if it's too cold for the Easter Bunny, and the Easter Bunny could be in. We could still do something for those events as well. But I do have a concept inside, a full contained, I have another possible concept, just ideas, nothing that's set in stone. So the idea was to bring it back to you guys and kind of get, well, these are kind of concepts. Do we want to go with a full enclosure? We want to go with an open air shelter. I got a really nice open air shelter one from, it's pretty nice with a fireplace and everything in it. Made it so then it would really work for Winterfest.
No, because you got an open air one down there.
No, it's more enclosed than that.
Okay.
So you have one whole, bathrooms are on one side. It's the roof pitches down. You've got a fireplace in there. It was kind of, it was something that they drew up for someone else.
It sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
Somewhat related, is the village, are they at all thinking about a new village hall and park system like the Royal, like the other ones before?
We have not gone into formal discussions yet.
would there be a do not exceed cost to hire someone to come up with this, render a plan for us?
Well, I
And
think
who
what
would
they
pay for
were,
that?
yeah, and that was kind of the discussion. I wasn't sure what we were gonna have from this and, you know, we'd have to talk about how we would, if we wanted to do something like this, if we wanted to bring it to the board and ask for it for next budget or, but it's obvious we don't have any, I would have liked it before this budget, so I could go and ask somebody to donate and I can get at least 1 year's donation from this person, but the, you know, if I have a company that's willing to donate for 3 years to pay for the whole thing, I'd rather get year one now and then go for a loan for the other
2 years, yeah.
and then pay it back when we get the funding, so it's kind of all just we just kind of figured out the place that Mike wanted it and how that would be really well used. And so I did want to bring something, but I was gone all last week, so a lot of that stuff.
Mike, do you have that rendering that John Greaton had shown us? A building that he really liked.
The only one I have is open air shelter.
This one was like open, closed building. And then lavatories. Where you could open, it was open where you could have the door coming down, entering to the kitchen.
And we talked about that with this gentleman about maybe seeing what the cost would be to have something that could be open air and then when it's inclement to
Yeah,
bring it down, like,
The town of Hartford, off the King, has a shelter they put up that way. It looks like 3 big garage doors on each side. And
Yeah.
then-
Very popular.
They come
Apache
up
has
with
one.
a door, and they're good size,
Yeah.
but it opens all
Apache
up.
has
I've been
one.
at the- yeah, I've been there, yeah.
Closes down, and it's a nice big room with the bathroom and stuff that's tight in the winter time. But open air in the summertime, those big doors that come on.
yeah.
Yeah, so we looked at that possibility, but, you know, we're not gonna get him to do too much. You know, he was doing a volunteer for us, kind of chatting with us a little bit. And now, you know, we're getting to a point where I'm gonna ask him to actually put some stuff together for us. He gave me a cost on drawing it all up and getting things put together, but that's still, yeah.
So when do we plan on that, for our next meeting? We'll just get the full packet stuff and then we can take a look and discuss it, see what we want to do.
Yeah, and as
Yeah.
per normal for anyone that's ever built anything, you want your plan in place. You don't want to change your plan after you've started.
No,
Because it costs us money.
Yeah, contractors will love you for that.
So then at the next meeting, we would be. sure to
You'd have-
more
Yeah,
information from-
Yeah, Kathy will
And
have
then
the
we-
renderings
We
and
can
that.
actually get a motion started and we
Yeah.
can start working with hiring someone
Fix
to
it.
Yeah.
do something. But I agree with you. I think time is of essence.
Yeah.
Especially if there's people with deep pockets who are willing to donate, we need to move on that.
mhm.
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on to number 10. Any other items for future agenda? Does anybody have anything they want to?
Oh, do we want to table it?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, can somebody make a motion to table that?
Make a
Move to
motion.
table.
July.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
July 12th.
To July 12th.
Yes. Affirmative.
So,
Second,
I second it.
I had to get in ahead of you, kid.
Okay.
I'm just sorry.
all in favor?
Aye.
It's okay, no worries. Okay, and number 10, any future items we want to put on the agenda?
So, my thoughts, if the committee so chooses, I'd like to start our discussion on budgeting. And then we would have this item also as part of our discussion. Those were the two that I,
Yeah, 'cause
because it's gonna take us a few renditions of the events budget to put an idea together so I can get some costs and donations.
Yeah, because we should have it under so that we can take the festival money the bill from Johnson Nursery and say, okay, now what do we need exactly? You know, how
For what?
much festival money did we get? How much money's left in the festival budget?
We're not expecting any to be left
Yeah,
after
there's
this.
not gonna be
right?
any.
It shouldn't be, not after the junk, right? But
Right.
what is left before we do,
Just the final accounting.
yeah,
Yeah.
final accounting, so
Okay.
that should be on there. So that we can move on that. I got a pretty good idea
We
right
would have,
now,
yeah, because we would have all of the,
the final figures would have,
yeah, we'd have the final figures and then we'd be able to,
say, okay, this is that. And
that's
and we
my
can,
concern about moving on this for village. Wouldn't be able, I don't think we can do that because we don't even know where the money's coming. How
From
much is
what?
coming from the festival and how much is coming from.
Well, we'll know,
Right.
yeah, we'll know that by the next meeting anyway.
Right.
Yeah, and then we
Okay.
can, then, and then all the other things, I know Marlene, you've got such great records, we know what all the other ones have cost. at this
yeah,
point.
so that we can move on it then. So that we can, and I'll
Yeah.
call Johnson Nursery and have them update, take that 500 off, so we have a final rendering.
Okay, then we'll bring it to the village board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a bill, we can pay the bill.
Yeah, we're just still talking about doing that tonight.
Oh, she's gonna give us a final,
Oh.
No, let's move on that.
but we don't know where the money's coming.
I just told you, Anna's gonna come up with the rest. So let's, instead of waiting another month and then you got another month,
Okay, I just,
yeah. If that's fine with everybody,
I have to check with the village board
Okay,
to see
yeah,
if
well-
they're willing to do something like that.
Yeah, we'll discuss it. I'll call you tonight.
okay.
Okay, anything else?
Okay,
Maybe this isn't appropriate here, but,
well, we're just, right now, we're just on, agenda items.
right,
So,
okay.
okay,
Is that something that you want?
Well, just that, I know we're all to be very careful about how we communicate with
Oh,
each other.
yeah.
And the means of communicating. I know there's a number of people that can congregate, discuss something. But could you just maybe reiterate to us if this is even a place?
Yeah.
Like, is an email appropriate to send to everyone or not?
No.
It's not.
Right.
Right.
You
And
should not be
certainly
sending
to
it-
Respond to it then.
Right.
either.
So you should not, you, as committee members, you should not be sending information to other committee members. Your best way to do it would be to send it to me and I can send it to all of you. And I can say whoever sent it to me. So,
Okay.
Marlene asked me to pass this along. It's done, and then you have it on. Or Marlene or any one of you can say, please put this in the packet, and I can put it in the packet. So either way, so.
So all the correspondence should go through you, not Paul.
Not Paula, I
Okay.
mean, you can CC Paula,
Okay,
but
yeah,
that's it,
okay.
you can't CC anybody else. Just Paula, because we don't want, because that's already two people then, you and Paula.
Right.
So I don't count because I don't vote.
And that holds true for phone calls amongst us as well.
That's right.
Correct, any sort of in-person. via
You can
phone
talk
call?
about your grandchildren
A
all you want,
text
but you
or-
can't talk about the,
Correct.
any of our items for park committee
Okay, I just wanted to be clear on that, so in any form,
in any.
thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for clarifying. Thank you.
All right, so no other items for future agenda, then we're good there? Okay, anybody want to make a motion for adjournment?
So move.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and we are out at. We gotta fix that clock, right?
6:02.
Yeah, okay.
So very good. Thank you, people.
Mhm.
Sorry about not having that in the packet, because it'll be a fun discussion next week, because I can show you pictures of different
Yeah.
things that are done in different parks, different types of buildings, and we can kind of chat about.
Can you turn this on, think the meeting off?
Sorry.
Yeah, you could bring invite them up.